Well, this weekend will mark a historic first for women's sports. The first ever championship game in the Women's Lacrosse League, also known as the WLL, will go down in Philadelphia. This is all tomorrow. And in a twist reminiscent of the popular show Heated Rivalry, one team's midfielder is actually in a romantic relationship with a goalkeeper she'll be going up against. Joining us this morning is the power couple of women's professional lacrosse, Allie Kennedy of the Maryland Charm and Taylor Moreno of the California Bombs. Thank you both so much for joining us. We were just saying ahead of your tournament tomorrow, so we're very grateful. But you did bring your sticks, so they're ready to train immediately. So Taylor, let's start with you. What has it meant, to play in the first season of this pro league? I think probably a lot of women across the country are looking at this and saying, like, wow, I want to grow up and be just like you.
Yeah, no, I think it's a huge honor. I think for us, we've been training for this our entire careers, and I think to have this opportunity and this platform, to play in the first ever championship as well, I think is just a phenomenal opportunity, and it's also just a testament to how far the sport's come, which has been really, really huge, especially paving way for lacrosse making an appearance in LA 2028. So it's going to be really, really big for us.
In the Olympics?
Yes.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. And also, just women's sports in general. There's been so much expansion in women's soccer, women's professional hockey league. Now we have your league. This is really exciting. But let's talk about this heated rivalry comparison. Do you guys hate that comparison? What do you think about it?
No, we don't hate it. I mean, the show is so loved and it was so well received and it was a great story and everything. I think the best part about our story is that we don't have to hide it like the show depicts. So. Although we are rivals and we compete against each other a lot, we're able to share our story with everyone.
So, Allie, when you're trying to get a goal tomorrow,
yes.
Are you going to hold back just a little bit, or are you going to go harder because you don't want anybody to doubt you?
Oh my goodness, I would never hold back.
Taylor said you love that.
Yeah, Taylor knows that for a fact. If anything, it might inspire me to go a little bit more like you were saying, but no, she, whenever I go against her, I do think a little bit more before I shoot, but
what do you think about?
Just how great of a goalie she is. She makes shooters, think about where they have to put the ball and maybe take an extra second before they shoot when shooters and field players just really want to not think. They just want to play and kind of, go with the flow, but she makes shooters think.
And Taylor, I mean, I feel like being an athlete, I mean, it's all consuming. There's so much that we don't see on the field, so much training. What is that like then to have someone that, I try and talk to my husband about what we do here and he's like, okay, I don't want to hear it, right? Like, what is that element? Does that help support you and all the hard things that you have to do?
Yeah, I think for us, we have dedicated our lives to this sport and we've also given up a lot of things and made a ton of sacrifices, and I think sometimes it can be really intimidating to make those sacrifices alone. But I think to be around someone who has to go through the exact same things that you're kind of going through, and obviously us playing different positions, we may have a little bit of a different experience, but being able to come together and kind of talk about those things and support each other in different ways, I think is what makes the dynamic that we have so special.
And you guys live in different cities?
No, we live together.
You live together, even though you play for different...
Yes.
How does that work?
We travel in for games.
You travel in for games,
Yes.
so California and Maryland. Okay, great. Let's talk about the sport and where it's come. Where do you want to see the sport go?
My goodness, my dream, my hopes for the league, for players and girls who are watching and hopefully putting on the uniform after I do is that this is what they get to do as their job. Like they are making substantial amount of money to where they can live off of it and they can say that their job title is professional women's lacrosse player, and to take it to a place where Taylor and I will have no idea, or experience anything like they're experiencing.
Some new leagues have players who have to take side jobs to support themselves. Do you guys experience that?
Yeah, I would say we do. We're in a unique situation where we've kind of dedicated both our careers in the sport right now to, private training and stuff like that and continuing to help the sport grow, especially in a non-traditional area like Columbus, Ohio, which is definitely seeing a really huge increase in growth in participation in the sport of lacrosse. But for us, we've kind of decided that we really want to take on that role of being a professional athlete, which entails, training, taking care of our bodies, and that really is a full-time job in itself. And for us too, with the amount of lacrosse and the different disciplines that have arose over the past 2 to 3 years, I think for us, we want to be able to say yes to all the opportunities that we have presented in front of us. So I think for us, like, we are in a unique position where we get to live that life all the time, but there definitely are some of our teammates and other competitors who have to kind of balance the two of having, a full-time job while also squeezing in lacrosse.
Yeah. And just quickly before you go, because I would be remiss if I didn't mention this, you just won MVP, right? And gold with Team USA at the World Lacrosse Championships. It's kind of wild to me that there's like this big thing and then you go back to playing again. I was a figure skater. It was like one thing at the end of the year and then just go into the off season. How has that changed how you're training for this?
Yeah, management, have to be able to take care of my body. I was over in Japan, so that travel was pretty grueling and taxing. But the dream is to be able to play lacrosse all year round.
Yeah.
So, I can't complain too much. If anything, I feel pretty fresh and ready to go since I've played for 2 weeks straight in another big game. So my nerves hopefully will be a little bit more steady, and I'll be ready to go.
Last question. Who's going to win tomorrow? Love it.
All right, Taylor Moreno and Allie Kennedy, thank you both so much for joining us, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.